Now in this class, we will learn important features of indirect tax. There are total 8 features. So we will learn one by one. The first feature, it says, it is an important source of revenue to the government. Tax, of course, is one of the important source, one of the major source of revenue to the government. So if government is earning revenue out of tax, out of this tax there is direct tax and indirect tax. Indirect tax amounts to the majority of the income to the government. The collection of direct tax is lesser than the collection of indirect tax. That is the first point. Let us go to the second point. The second point says the tax is on commodities and services. Tax is on commodities and services. If you are going to beauty parlor for any services, so you are taking services, you need to pay indirect tax. So if you are going to beauty parlor for what? To take some services, you need to pay GST. If you are going to supermarket to purchase some commodities, you need to pay GST. So GST or indirect tax is on goods or services. So if you are not even purchasing goods, if you are not even availing services, there is no GST on you. So GST is only and only when you purchase goods or procure services. Now let us come to the third point. Third point talks about shifting of burden. Let's take an example to understand this. Say I am the seller of cameras. So I sell camera. So if I have to pay tax, on my sale, I will not pay out of my pocket. I am selling camera and I have to pay tax, but I will not pay out of my pocket. What will I do instead? While selling camera only, I will collect even tax portion from my customer. So even the tax portion I am collecting from my customer. So I am shifting my burden to customer, collecting that amount from customer, and I am paying it to the government. So in indirect tax, the burden is shifted to the next person. I hope the third point is clear. Let us go to the fourth point. Fourth point talks about no perception of direct pinch. So when ultimate customer is buying a goods or availing services, he really wouldn't even know that he is paying taxes. How many times did you know that while you were booking a movie ticket, you are also paying tax? When you were purchasing toothpaste, did you know that you were also paying tax along with that? Though you were paying the tax, you never felt the direct pinch of it. So that is the fourth point. Now let us talk about the fifth point, that is inflationary. Indirect tax are basically inflationary in nature. Let us take an example to understand this. Say the government wants to tax sale of milk. So the government will say from tomorrow onwards you need to pay 20% tax on milk. Now the moment milk becomes costlier, indirectly tea becomes costlier. Not only tea, even chocolates become costlier, milkshake becomes costlier, every product which is related to food chain becomes costlier. So this will lead to an inflationary situation in the economy. So that is the fifth point, that indirect tax can cause inflation in the market. Let us go to the sixth point. Sixth point talks about wider tax base. Now income tax. There are around more than 130 crore citizens in India, 130 crore Indians, out of which less than 1% of the people pay tax. So if only 1% of the people pay direct tax, but indirect tax is not on the persons, but it is on the commodities and services. So on all the commodities and on all the services there is GST. Almost on all the commodities there is GST. Now there is a wider tax base. Say income tax they can only collect from few persons, only few. But whereas indirect tax they can collect from a larger public, because it is not on the income but on the expenditure. And every person in India incurs expenditure in one way or the other. So indirect tax has generally a wider tax base. The next point is, the indirect taxes promotes social welfare. How can a tax promote a social welfare? The government at times on certain harmful commodities, impose higher rate of tax. These kind of products are called as sin products, such as alcohol or tobacco. So if government is imposing higher rate of tax, it will discourage the customer to consume those products. That is the seventh point. Let us come to the eighth point. That is regressive in nature. So what is regressive in nature? We already discussed in the last class. Regressive in nature, by default, in a simple meaning it says it does not make a difference between rich and poor. If rich is also buying the same commodity and poor is also buying the same commodity, the same rate of indirect tax will be charged on that. So here we complete the 8 points. Whether remembering all the 8 points is important for examination? Certainly not. You need to remember around 4 to 5 points and reproduce in your examination hall.